I'm Patrick Bailey with whiteboardcoder.com. Today is August 27th, 2019, and in this video I'm going to be going over painting my garage in my new house and kind of go over the details of what I'm doing, just if anyone else needs help on this. This garage, it's got two parts to it, and it's about, what do I write down, 2,400 square feet I need to paint. So I'm going to do, this video is going to be doing about half my garage, this two carport, and I'm going to go over the details of what I did and also my budget. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so the first things I did, which I've already done this, so I got a little sanding sponge you can pick up at the Home Depot, and I had to go through, and the walls were pretty good, but went through bit by bit and kind of sanded it down to make sure it was a little smoother than what it was. But as I do this, you can kind of tell this fine sand is coming off. And so now my garage is all very sandy. I wiped it down a little bit. I kind of went over the walls and used a little broom, but still, if I do that, you can kind of see I'm still very white. And plus I got white everywhere. So I was looking around, what's the best thing to do? I was thinking about using like a wet sponge or something, trying to get a little bit drier, but I didn't know. So I looked at a couple of videos online. I found, I'm going to use my cheat sheet, Paint Life TV, the Idaho painter. So I'll put a link to his YouTube video that I watched on this. And so what he suggested, because he's a professional painter. Oh, before I go that, when I was doing all the sanding, kind of want to wear gloves because it gets kind of dry. And then also, you know, you want to wear some protection because that dust is very fine. And also I kind of wore a nice brim hat like this to keep this. I was a ghost when I was done because it just kind of all goes everywhere. But anyway, back to his video. So what he suggested to wipe it down was two things. He suggested getting, you know, you could use a broom, but he was using one of these dust brooms. So I went and got one. And so he basically says, you know, go hit all the walls with it. And that should help get it down. And so, yeah. So I'm going to go through and do all that. And then what he did at the end to help things, to kind of finish it off, was use a leaf blower. So he got a leaf blower out. I don't know how well it's going to show up on video, but I saw a lot of dust coming off just with the leaf blower. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to wipe it all down, and then use this leaf blower to kind of blow it all out. I'll kind of blow it out of my garage and wipe it up there and vacuum it, but it is, even just from that little bit, it's kind of getting dusty in here. So I want to get as little dust on these walls as I can before I start painting, otherwise I'm afraid it's going to not stick, the paint's not going to stick very well, I'm afraid. So I'll continue with this and get all this dust off. Okay, so here's a time lapse of me doing the garage. Now, first of all, wiping down the walls with the blower, with the leaf blower worked pretty well. So wiping them down with the, wiping them down, wiping them down with the dust mop, that worked really well, and then finishing it off with the leaf blower, that worked really well. A lot of dust came out. There were a few spots later on I found out I could have done a better job. I had to actually repaint because there was enough on there that it really made it hard for the paint to adhere. But after cleaning up those spots, you know, it worked pretty well. Now, also, I didn't quite do a good job cleaning up the top, the ceiling. And I think in retrospect, except for a few spots, I don't know if I would sand the ceiling again. I don't think it really needed it. I think it was a little overkill. And so maybe I just wouldn't bother with the next ceiling, which I need to do because I have, this is only half my garage. There's one carport. I have another carport. Now, another thing, if you watch through this video, the time lapse, I need to work on my technique a little bit because there is a one point when I should be doing the edging. So I'm painting all the edging and I'm painting too far down. And really, I just need to paint, I think really just, you know, maybe 6 inches is more than enough because that roller works really well and gets it up there. And I just really need to edge maybe 4 to 6 inches. And I think that works just fine. I figured that out later as I learn from my lessons. Another thing, ladder. Get a ladder that's tall enough. I got this ladder, this 10-foot tall ladder was a godsend. It was so stable. It was so nice up there. I felt very at ease being up that high. I had a shorter ladder before, and I could have painted the ceiling, but in retrospect, it really would have been
it would have been a little nerve-wracking. And so this big ladder, based on my ceiling height, was just great. Now for some of the numbers. Probably the most important thing is how much does this cost? How many gallons does it use? So far I've only done one side of the garage. So this is a 2 carport, and it's roughly 1,300 square feet of surface area to paint. And it took 10 gallons of Kilz primer, and I put it on pretty thick because I didn't want to mess with it. I want it nice and thick. I took my time, put it on there really well. It took 10 gallons. And then it took 5 gallons of semi-gloss. It didn't actually take the full 5 gallons. I would say 4 plus. But I laid that on pretty well. And I don't think I really need to do a second coat. It looks really good. I'm pretty happy with the result. So 10 gallons of primer, 5 gallons of semi-gloss for the top coat. And now I can go over, later I'll have another part further on in the video where I'll go into more detail of all the stuff I bought and why I like it, why I don't like it. But overall, to finish this one side of the garage, 1,300 square feet, roughly with the stuff in retrospect that I would have bought, I did buy some more stuff, but the stuff you probably would want to buy, $465 total. Now I still need to do the second garage, which means I need to get more paint. And so the paint roughly is about $250 for that amount of garage. So I need to spend that amount again. There's probably I'm just budgeting $50 for some miscellaneous stuff I might want to get. I might want to get another roller or this or that. So another $300. So in total, I think to do it fairly efficiently, and this does mean buying a few things, which I'll go over, roughly $765 to do both garages. And that's about 2,400 square feet of surface area. So overall, not too bad. But now my real budget, I bought a ladder, which I'm not saying I'm not including that in the previous budget because you may or may not need a ladder. Depends on what you have. But my real budget right now, I'm up to $972. And I probably need to spend about $250 more. So let's just call it to do both garages where I misspent a little bit of money. And also some things I bought that are going to be used for the things like this ladder. So my total budget at the end of the day is probably going to be about $1,250 to paint both garages. But I do come away with some tools that I can use later. So, but as far as total consumables, it's about $250 per garage in paint. So $500 of that is just paint and that's gone. The rest is, some consumable tools that are going to be throwaways. And the rest of it is, ladders and things like that I can keep. So overall, I am pretty happy. But that comes to another point. That I want to make, the calculation, how many gallons of paint do you need per square foot? So based on what I'm seeing right now, I'm going to need 20 gallons of Kilz paint for both garages, 2,400 square feet. And if I do the calculation on that, that's 120 square foot per gallon. So you can kind of measure your garage and that might give you an idea what you need. That's what I needed. Hopefully that might be a gauge for you guys. Also for the semi-gloss, oh boy, I did do that calculation very well. I need about 10 gallons for both garages. And so that's 200. I need 10 gallons for both garages, 2,400 square feet. So 240 square foot per gallon for the semi-gloss. And that's just one coat. So hopefully those gives you some ideas on the numbers. And so now with that, next thing I want to go over is going over every little bit and show you links to everything I bought and used and why I liked it or didn't like it. So you can kind of, might help you with your shopping trip. Okay, every little detail. So as best I can do. So one here is, and I'll put a link in my show notes to all these things. Here's just the sanding sponge I use. I think that works really great. They're generic. They're $7.87 for a set of 3. And that seemed to work pretty well for us. And then here is the dust mop I bought, which I like. It's $40. And I think that worked pretty well with scraping everything down. And so that kind of is my sand and cleanup job. So my sand and cleanup stuff that I spent is about $55 with some tax is what I'm calculating. But of course it doesn't count the fact that you have a leaf blower. I already have a leaf blower. So if you need to buy a leaf blower or borrow one, a leaf blower can be some money. So it depends on what you need for your budget. Now prep, I went and got some, brown builder's paper that they had at Home Depot. I bought 2 rolls of these. They're about $12 a piece. And I only need about 1 roll for garage. That was more than enough. And so that's about $12. And also I got some blue tape, which I don't have. Where's my link? I had a link. Thought I was prepared, huh? Let me get that going. Okay. So there's some blue tape, $7, and that was more than enough to get the job done. So in total, that's about $20 just to prep the area and have it all taped off. Now, when it comes to paint, let me see. There's my... Just when you think you're organized. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, there's over there, Kills. Okay, this is the Kills paint I got. So I went to Home Depot. This is the Kills 2 all-purpose paint. Made for a great primer. I'm very happy with it. $72. I had to get 2 of these, 10 gallons for one side of the garage. So that's $150 roughly. Also, here is the Behr semi-gloss I got, which I like the look of it. There's, you can get flat, you can get what you want, but I prefer the semi-gloss. I think it's easier to clean, and I'm pretty happy with it. So one of these worked just fine for me. Let's see. Oh, and because they're so big, you can mix these by hand, but it becomes a pain. So I decided to go buy this 5-gallon Helix paint mixer, and I liked it pretty well. I just hook it onto your screwdriver, onto your cordless, onto your drill, and just mix it all up. I think it worked pretty well, and I'm pretty happy with the results. Let's see. Oh, this one. If you don't have one of these, buy one. I bought 2. I thought they were great. Let's see if we get a better image of them here. They are the perfect size, and the grip is perfect for me to go up there and do all the edging on the ceiling. And there's a couple places in the ceiling where it's a little bit harder to get the roller up, so I got a smaller roller, and you worked it with there. This thing, I like this. This is probably the best thing I bought. I like this a lot. I can use it a lot. It's just perfect. What was it going for? $10 a pop, and I bought a couple of those. And then I bought a couple of these, a little pricey, but I got a couple of paint brushes, and that's what we used to paint all the edges, and that worked just fine. Let's see. I also bought a couple of these. These I like. They're about $4, just the little tiny rollers so that I could do the little tiny spots where I need to get that finished look. I like that. I already had some rollers, so I just bought some roller covers. So I bought a set of 3, and that seemed to work just fine for what we had. And that's about $10. Oh, and this one. Oh, had I to do it over again, I originally bought 2 of these little extenders. They're cheap, they're about $10, and that worked fine to kind of get to the ceiling. But to get to the ceiling itself, it was a little bit of a pain. I could have used them, but they're a little flimsy when you're doing that much work, and also they're not quite as tough. My son kind of grilled one a little bit, and he broke it. We fixed it, but it was okay. They're probably perfectly fine for a room. You're doing one room, cheap way to go. It works just fine. But in the end, I bought one of these things, 8 to 16 foot long, and I like it a lot. Much stronger, much firmer, and that's what you see me later on in the film using. I like this one a lot. In fact, I like it so much, even though I still have the small ones and they're working just fine, I think I'm going to go buy a short one, which I think, did I find a short one? Where are you? There you go. There is the short one. So the short one, I'm going to go buy one that's 4 to 8 foot. And so I'll have both. And so I have reasons where there's a lot of tall things in this house, so I might need the really tall one. But I like the construction on this. I think I should have bought that first rather than the other ones, personally. Of course, you need some plastic tray rolls. I bought a set of 3. That worked just fine for me. And then a ladder. Oh, I like this ladder. $200, a little pricey, but it's 10 foot tall. And I need it for all kinds of things. There's a lot of tall stuff in this house. And so this is probably the perfect height for a lot of things. And very sturdy. You don't want to get up there too high and not feel sturdy while you're painting. So depending on how tall your garage is, you might even need a taller one. They go up pretty, this is not even the tallest one, but I like this a lot. If you need it, I recommend it. And then some miscellaneous stuff that I didn't need. Here's a paint roller, heavy duty paint, $4. Get a couple of those if you don't have it. And then tarps. Oh, I already had tarps. You want some tarps, otherwise you're going to paint your garage floor. In fact, I think I'm going to have my kids, they're older now. I'm going to have my kids help out with the next part of the garage a little more so than they did this time. And so I don't have quite enough tarps to cover the whole floor, as you might have seen in the video. I think I'm going to buy another one so I can cover everything. One more tarp and I should be good to go. So that's everything I bought. I think, realistically, depending on how much stuff you have, if you have a lot of stuff and you don't need to buy much, you're going to probably spend at least, $600 or $700 to do 2,400 square feet. So it depends on how big your garage is. Or, just in a 2-car garage port, 700-ish, but, calculate your square footage and figure that out. But overall, I'm very happy with the results. I'm liking it. half of it's done. I'll get the next half done here in the next couple of weeks. Also timing. You could pound it out in a weekend if you had enough help. But if it's just you, and like I was doing most of the work myself, my kids were out doing some things. My wife helped here, my son helped here a little bit, but also not knowing what I was doing in some cases. Well, I mean, I have painted before, but it's been a while. I kind of like the idea. I split it up into 2 weekends. One weekend to put on the primer, and one weekend to put on the final coat, and let it settle between. So I'm pretty happy. So overall, that's what I did. I like it. I'm very happy with the results, and let me go get the other half of my garage done. Okay, so here it is all done. Just kind of wanted to do a quick overview and pan around and see, and everyone seems to be pretty happy with it. My wife's happy. My mother-in-law is happy. I like the job. Not the most perfect thing in the world, but there you go. Kind of go around and see. I should probably close the garage door so you can. And so there it all is in all its glory. And I still need to take down some blue tape, huh? I kind of forgot to take that blue tape down. And so now I just got to get the other side of the garage done. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a like. To subscribe, just click the subscribe button. Also, you can follow me on Twitter under the handle @whiteboardcoder.com. View any code I may have thrown up as a gist at GitHub under the username PatmanDenver, or check out my blog site at whiteboardcoder.com.